If you're playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, you have probably seen a bunch of different critters around. What you might or might not know is that you can feed them, befriend them, and even get a bunch of different goodies from them. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over every single critter in Dreamlight Valley and tell you all about them. There are 8 different types of critters: the squirrel, the rabbit, the sea turtle, the raccoon, the crocodile, the sunbird, and the raven. Each critter has 5 different color variations that you can befriend. So, how do we befriend critters? The simple answer is to feed them. The critters typically like foods that come from their specific biome, so that's a good rule of thumb, but each critter has a specific favorite food, which I'll go more into depth later. To befriend a critter, you will need to feed them for multiple days in a row. It won't work if you try to feed them more than once a day. Some critters you will only have to feed once. I think I've had this luck with squirrels, but other critters you might have to feed for 4 or 5 different days. Additionally, each critter will have one variation that is only available once a week for a few hours. These critters will be the most difficult to befriend because you just have to be on the game at that time. And as of right now, time skipping is not a very good idea since the game is still in early access and you run the risk of highly corrupting your game file, so don't do that if you can. What do you get when you feed critters? Well, critters will drop a variety of different goodies, including dream shards, motifs that you can use for custom wardrobe designs, and memories. This is my own theory, but I think that giving the critters their favorite food drops better items. I usually get more motifs and memories from this than I do when I give them their liked items, which I just get dream shards from. They will also help the tree in your plaza well grow because as you complete the dreamlight duties for them, the tree in your plaza will grow. So, now that we have the TLDR on critters, let's get into each specific critter. The squirrel. The squirrel can be found in the plaza and is probably the easiest critter to approach and befriend. The color variations for the squirrel is black, classic, gray, red, and white. These are the specific days and times that each squirrel is available. Feel free to pause and screenshot this. I'll add in a page like this for each different critter that you can keep for your reference. Squirrels like any type of fruit, but their favorite food is peanuts. You can find peanuts in Remy's restaurant for purchase, and if peanuts aren't available for you yet in Chez Remy, this means that you will need to complete Remy's level 4 friendship quest. The rabbits. Rabbits can be found in the meadow, and they seem hard to approach, but it's actually pretty simple. The color variations for rabbits are black, brown, calico, classic, and white. To feed the rabbits, you will need to chase them down, literally. They will run away from you about 3 times until you can approach them and the action button appears. Rabbits will take any veggie, but their favorite food is carrots, obviously. And if you're planning to befriend a bunch of rabbits, just make sure you have a few carrots in stock or just steal some from Wally's garden. The sea turtles. The sea turtles can be found on Dazzle Beach and they are just little shy boys. The color variations for the sea turtles are black, brown, classic, purple, and white. To feed the sea turtles, you will need to stand right next to them. They will cower in fear because they are fragile little babies, and when they feel like it's finally safe, they will pop their heads out, and this is when the approach button will appear and you'll be able to feed them. The sea turtles will take any seafood, but their favorite is seaweed. Just plain seaweed, not the red algae. I've tried giving this to them before and they hated it, so if you have any red algae, just craft that into regular seaweed. If you don't know how to get seaweed, you can also just fish for it in the water where there is not a fishing bubble. The sea turtle is by far my favorite companion because of just how they walk behind you. It's really cute and it's really funny and they make little squeaking sounds. The raccoon. The raccoons can be found in the Forest of Valor and they take a little bit of patience. The color variations for them are black, blue, classic, red, and white. To feed the raccoons, you will have to sneak up on them. Approach them until they stand up on their 2 legs. When they do this, stop moving or they will run away. When they sit back down, you can move a little bit closer and just repeat this process until you are face to face with the raccoon and they are sitting down on their little butts. Raccoons will accept apples, berries, cocoa beans, and coconuts, but their favorite food is the blueberry. The crocodile. The crocodiles can be found in the Glade of Trust and are just like the raccoons but even more sensitive. The color variations are blue, classic, golden, pink, and red. To feed the crocodiles, follow the same method as the raccoons but move even slower. Approach them until their head turns up, and when their head is up, stop moving immediately. Like seriously, do not move. When they put their head down, scoot a little bit closer, and in my experience, these are very, very sensitive little creatures, so I lightly tap on the forward button until I can approach them. You will know it's time to approach them when they lay down on their stomach. The crocodiles will accept cod, herring, squid, and tuna, but their favorite is the lobster. Lobsters can be found in the red fishing circles in the Glade of Trust, or check Moana's boat to see if she has it in stock. The sunbird. The sunbirds can be found in the sunlit plateau and are easy to approach. The color variations are emerald, golden, orchid, red, and turquoise. To feed the sunbirds, all you have to do is walk up to them. They're really friendly and approaching them has never been an issue for me. Just like the squirrels, I love them for that. Sunbirds really like any flower, any type of flower. Their favorite food, however, is the flowers that best match their color. So if you have a red sunbird, give them a red flower. Sunbirds are one of my favorites to approach because they're so easy to feed. You can get the flowers right in that biome, and they're really easy to approach. The foxes. The foxes can be found in the Frosted Heights and are just like the rabbits when it comes to approaching. The color variations are black, blue, classic, red, and white. Like I said, the foxes are just like rabbits, so just chase them down until they sit and you can approach them. From their face, it looks like they just want to play, so maybe this is why they're running away from you. Anyway, the foxes will accept bass, crab, salmon, and tilapia. Their favorite food, however, is the white sturgeon, which can only be fished from the red spots in the Frosted Heights. I find this to be difficult because the Frosted Heights does not have that many fishing spots, so just keep them in stock if you know you want to make foxes your friends, or check Moana's boat for any luck. The raven. Last but not least is the raven. Ravens can be found in the Forgotten Lands. The color variations for them are blue, brown, classic, red, and white. To feed the ravens, you will need to approach them, wait for them to basically size you up, aka fly in circles around you, and then when they fly down, you can finally approach them. The ravens will take any 3-star meal, but their favorite food is 5-star meals. They are bougie birds. And by the way, the number of stars a meal has is determined by the number of ingredients in the recipe. For the raven specifically, I typically like to make the Mediterranean salad because it's just a bunch of different vegetables and I hoard these ingredients anyway, so it's really easy and available for me to make. And that's it. I've added chapters below to the timeline in case you need to rewind and find a specific critter. I hope this critter guide helped you out, and I hope you have lots of fun running around and making new animal friends and giving you something new to do in Dreamlight Valley. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more Dreamlight Valley content, consider subscribing to the channel down below. I really appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!